Good day, everyone. We're going to talk about social disorganization theory, and I will explain that what social disorganization theory means of community differences in crime rates. So sit back and relax, and we're going to start. Capiche? The leading sociological theories focus on the immediate social environment, like the family, peer group, and school. They are most concerned with explaining why some individuals are more likely to engage in crime than others. Much recent theoretical work, however, also focus on the larger social environment, especially the community and social. This work usually attempts to explain why some groups, like communities and societies, have higher crime rates rather than other groups. In doing so, however, this works heavily on the central ideas of control, social learning, and strain theories. Social disorganization theory seeks to explain community differences in crime rates. The theory identifies characteristics of communities with high crime rates and draws on social control theory to explain why these characteristics contribute to crime. Crime is said to be more likely in communities that are economically deprived, large in size, high in multi-unit housing like apartments, high in residential mobility, and high in family disruption. These factors are said to reduce the ability or willingness of community residents to exercise effective, what we call social control. That is to exercise their control, provide young people with a stake in conformity, and socialize young people so that they can delinquency and develop self-control. Residents of high crime communities often lack the skills or resources to effectively assist others or even themselves. Drug is one of the reasons why effectively leads to turmoil. We already know that most addicts or drug users are living in a troubled community. Most of them excuse that we are just poor and we have nothing else to do. Also, because of them, because they are uneducated or choose to bad things to make money or to eat as an excuse. In addition, poor and many are single parents struggling with family responsibilities. As such, they often face problems in socializing their children against crime and providing them with a stake in conformity, like the skills to do well in school or the connections to get a secure job. These residents are also likely to have close ties to their neighbors and to care about their community. They typically do not own their own homes, which lowers their investment in the community. They may hope to move a more desirable community as soon as they are able, which also lowers their investment in the community. That's why it is important to deeply understand this theory in order for us to understand the situations and not to judge easily. Again, this is Giancarlo Abdial, and that's all. Thank you.